Last time we started with the lesson that is ionic equilibrium. In that we'll just take a quick recap of the lesson and then we'll move to the further part. In that we have seen what is ionic equilibrium. That is, it is the equilibrium between ions and unionized molecules in the solution. Then after that we have seen, before going to this ionic equilibrium, it is equilibrium between the ions as well as the molecule, that is ionic equilibrium. Then we have seen there are, depending upon that, there are different substances which are electrolytes, non-electrolytes. So how do we get these ions? When these electrolytes dissociate. Dissociate means what? They turn into positive ions as well as negative ions. Now these electrolytes, when they dissolve in water, they give ions. They are of different types: strong electrolyte, weak electrolyte. Strong are the one which ionize completely, and weak are the one which ionize partially. So these are the different types of electrolyte. After that we have seen that depending upon how much these electrolytes dissociate, their dissociation is being defined by the degree of dissociation. What does it actually mean? For example, if I have 10 molecules, from those 10 molecules, if 5 only dissociate into ions, so what is the degree of dissociation? How many are dissociated? 5. So number of molecules dissociated. And how many were the total molecules? 10 molecules were the total molecules. So number of molecules divided by total number of molecules is degree of dissociation. मतलब वो कितना dissociate हुआ ions में, that is degree of dissociation. Then this degree of dissociation is being expressed in terms of molar concentration. When you multiply by the concentration, that is C, moles per decimeter cube. It is denoted by the letter alpha. Alpha is degree of dissociation. Now let's turn to acids and bases. Now you all know that acids, they have low pH, bases, they have high pH. So these acids and bases are classified or they are defined according to different theories. We have seen different theories: Arrhenius, then H plus OH minus ion, Lowry Bronsted and Levi's theory. The next part which we saw was the ionization of acids and bases. So acid, strong acid, weak acid, like if they completely dissociate, they are strong. If they partially dissociate, they are weak acid. Same for bases also. Now depending upon this dissociation, we have derived this equation Ka. It is the equilibrium constant for dissociation of weak acid and weak base. So K is for weak acid and Kb is for weak base. Concentration of H plus into concentration of A minus upon concentration of HA. HA is the weak acid, and same for base. So the next part, depending upon this dissociation constant, we have seen the dilution law, that is Ostwald's dilution law. So Ostwald's dilution law for weak acid and weak base, it is the law which tells the relationship between degree of dissociation and the concentration. So degree of dissociation, equilibrium constant of weak acid, and the concentration or the volume of the weak acid or weak base. That was Ostwald's dilution law. So we have seen this derivation. These derivations are very, very important because they are asked in board exam also. So please remember these derivations and practice them. Then we have seen autoionization of water. Depending upon that, we have carried out the Kw, that is ionic product of water, is always 1 into 10 raised to minus 14. Then we have seen pH scale. pH scale is the negative logarithm to the base 10 of concentration of H plus ions in moles per decimeter cube is for acids, and pOH is negative logarithm to the base 10 of OH minus ions concentration. pH plus pOH is always equal to 14. This relationship is also very important. Whenever you study, please practice all the derivations. Next part which we started was how, depending upon the pH scale, how do we decide whether it is an acid or a base or a neutral substance. That you all know that less than 7 is acid, 7 is neutral, and more than 7 is a base. The next part we turned was hydrolysis of salts. So we'll just go in more detail of this hydrolysis of salt. What is actually hydrolysis? We all know that when acid react with base, it gives salt and water, isn't it? This is known as neutralization. When acid reacts with base, gives salt and water, is neutralization. But when this salt react with the water molecule, it gives acid and base. The reverse of this is known as hydrolysis reaction. What is it known as? Hydrolysis. So when salt react with water is known as hydrolysis. So by combination of an acid and a base, a salt is produced. Therefore, the salts are grouped into 4 different types, like salt of strong acid, strong base, salt of weak acid and strong acid, weak base, salt of weak acid, strong base, and salt of weak acid and weak base. So these are different types of salt. Like NaCl, it is formed from NaOH, that is a strong base, and HCl, that is strong acid. So when NaOH and HCl combine, they give a salt NaCl, which is a salt of strong acid, strong base. But here if you see ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH is weak base and HCl is weak acid. So when NH4OH and HCl combine, they give this salt, that is NH4Cl, which is a salt of strong acid and weak base. So this was about hydrolysis. Okay, this is about hydrolysis. It is a reaction. What is hydrolysis? It is a reaction between the ions of reaction in which the ions of dissolved salt, they react with water. So see, salt, when it reacts with water, it gives acid and base. That reaction is known as hydrolysis of salt. Today we are going to learn a new concept that is buffer. Buffer is what? Like for example, if I have a solution, okay, I have a solution which pH is 4. 4 means the solution is acidic in nature. If I add any acid to it, for example, or if I add any base to it, okay, if I am adding a base or if I am adding acid, so what will happen to the pH of it? See, this pH is 4. If I am adding acid, obviously the pH will become less than 4. Means what? It can become 4, 3, 2, 1 because I am adding acid. So it will make the pH more acidic. If I am adding a base to this particular solution, it will change the pH and it will make it more than 4. Like it will make it 5, 6, 7, 8 because we are adding a base where base has pH more than 7. So it will take 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are some solutions. For example, if I don't want though I add an acid or I add a base, but I don't want a change in this pH, so what can I do is I can add a buffer. Okay, so what is a buffer? For example, you all know that even in our body, blood, the pH of our blood is always maintained 7.2 to 7.4, isn't it? A slight change in this pH can cause death to a person. So our body is having acidic substances as well as basic substances as well. But there are some buffers, there are some solutions which resist this change in pH of our blood, and those solutions are known as buffer. So what is a buffer? It is a solution which resists drastic change in pH when a small amount of strong acid or strong base is added to it. Okay, so when it resists the change. So if this pH is 4, though I add strong acid, strong base, there is a solution which is added which will resist this change in pH. Means this will not change though I add acid or a base. Such type of solutions which resist the change in pH is known as a buffer solution. Now buffers are of different types. So what are different types of buffers? There are acidic buffer and there are basic buffer. So we have already studied different types of salts. Salt of strong acid, weak base, salt of weak acid, strong base. Same way, from that only this acidic and basic buffer is prepared. For example, acidic buffer, it is a solution of weak acid. Weak acid, you all know, the one weak acid, acetic acid, isn't it? It is a weak acid. So this acetic acid and its salt with strong base. For what does that mean? So weak acid is acetic acid and its salt with strong base. Strong base से salt कौन सा बनता है? Na मतलब when NaOH react with acetic acid CH3COOH, it gives this CH3CONA. So this is salt of strong acid, weak acid and strong base. So this is acidic buffer is a solution of weak acid and a salt with strong base. So when you add both of them together, it makes an acidic buffer. Now the equation or the pH of this is given by pKa, that is pKa, equilibrium of weak acid, plus log of concentration of salt upon concentration of acid. pK is always equal to minus log Ka. Remember this equation. This is not for derivation. This is just to know the how for equation for acidic buffer. Now next is basic buffer. So what is basic buffer? It is solution of, as it was weak acid for acidic buffer, here it will be weak base and its salt with strong acid. So weak base is NH4OH and salt with strong acid matlab acid like for example NH4OH, ye weak base. If I add with a strong acid HCl, it forms what? NH4Cl. So this is salt of strong acid weak base. So this is salt. So weak base, when we add both of them, weak base and a salt of strong acid, it makes a basic buffer. For this, the basic buffer POH. For acidic it was pH. Here it will be POH because it is basic buffer. So pH will be equal to pKb. Kb क्यों? Because equilibrium constant of weak base. So pKb plus log of concentration of salt upon concentration of base. These are two types of buffer: acidic buffer, basic buffer. These two equations are known as Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. Okay, remember Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. Now, how does this buffer work? So pay attention. As I told you, if I have a solution which is having pH 4, so if I add an acidic buffer to this or a basic buffer to this, this will resist the change in this pH 4. It will remain as it is. Because this is applicable in different fields. Why do we need these buffers? So we are going to see that further. So buffer, for example, if I have a buffer of sodium acetate, that is CH3CONH, sodium acetate and acetic acid, CH3COH. So this CH3CONA, when you add in water, it dissociates into CH3CO minus plus Na plus, and this is a weak acid. So as it is a weak acid, it does not dissociate completely, it dissociates partially. Therefore, as it does not dissociate completely, it will have some CH3COOH molecules which will be in high concentration. So if I have a solution of this salt weak acid and a salt of strong base, in this, the H plus ions will react with the CH3CO minus ions which are in large concentration, and the OH minus ion will react with the CH3COOH, and therefore as this H plus and OH they react with these ions, it will resist the change in pH. So CH3CO minus plus H plus gives CH3COOH, and CH3COOH plus OH minus gives CH3COO minus plus H2O. So in many chemical reactions carried out in water as solvent, it is necessary to maintain a definite pH. For maintaining this pH, certain mixtures are used, and these mixtures are known as buffer solutions. Just like a railway carriage is buffer resist a shock by collision of carriages, or it protects them in some way, these buffer resist a sudden change of pH and protects the reaction. So if you see the H plus and OH minus, it helps to maintain the pH. Okay, whatever the H plus and OH minus is found, it helps to maintain the change in the pH. Now there are different properties of this buffer. So what are the property? Buffer का एक property है कि it does not change its own pH. Okay, its pH does not change appreciably. Second property is, though we add a buffer in small amount of either of strong acid or strong base, okay, by addition, it does not change, the pH does not change by small addition of a strong acid or strong base, or even on dilution, or even if you keep it for a long time. There are some solutions, if you keep it for a long time, their pH might change, but this buffer solution has the property that its pH does not change even if you keep it for longer time. Even if you dilute, like you add water, or even if you add strong acid or strong base, its pH does not change. This is the best property of a buffer, and therefore we use it to maintain the pH. What are its application? So its application, as I told you, in biochemical system, that is blood. Okay, our pH of blood in our body is 7.36 to 7.42. Due to this buffer H3HC HCO3 minus, carbonic ions, and this carbonic acid H2CO3 buffer. The combination of this makes a buffer. Due to this buffer, the pH is maintained 7.36 to 7.42. Even small change of 0.2, it can cause death. Okay, this small change of 0.2 in our pH of our blood might cause death. So therefore this buffers helps to maintain the pH of our blood. So this is the application of buffer in biochemical system. Even when a person is given a saline, that time also, whenever a saline is given, the saline should contain such buffer solutions, buffer systems which maintains the pH of the blood. Okay, second application is agriculture. Soil, it consists of different salts. These salts act as buffer. Okay, and depending upon these buffers which are present in the soil, we can check the pH of the soil, and depending upon the pH of soil, then we can use the fertilizers. Like for example, if the soil is acidic, we cannot make it more acidic because crops will not grow. So to maintain it neutral, we can add a buffer so that the fertilizers which are used should be more basic. If it is basic, then fertilizer should be acidic. So depending upon the pH of the soil, we can choose the fertilizers. The third application is industries. Like it is buffer solutions are used in paper, dye making, ink, paints, and drug industries, so that they can resist the change in pH in the drug industries to make the medicines whichever are being processed, or even in dyes making, because we need to maintain the pH neutral, not acidic or basic. Next is in medicines. Penicillin, it is prepared by stabilized addition of sodium citrate, which acts as a buffer. So in medicine preparation also, buffers are being added to make the neutral pH, that is 7. In analytical chemistry, we are going to study this in practical. So whenever we have to detect the ions, we have to maintain the pH 8 to 10. And to maintain this pH 8 to 10, we add a buffer, that is basic buffer, NH4OH, weak base, and a salt of strong acid, that is NH4Cl. So this buffer is added to maintain the pH in analytical chemistry. So these are some of the applications of buffer which we have studied.